So, my dude,
Yes.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am tired, I am weary, I am worn, but I am alive.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. How was your weekend? Not that anybody that listens cares, but
See,
you
I
know,
don't I don't agree with that.
you don't agree with most things that I say, but we sold your own.
I had a good weekend. Both my football teams won, so
Well, that's good. Georgia soaked it up,
I was
Dallas
gonna say,
soaked it
what
up.
happened to Georgia?
They suck.
Uh,
Carson Beck, Mike Bobo, they're both garbage. But what you gonna do? I mean, I've said all along since the Alabama game that Georgia has no business being ranked that high.
well, they'll probably fall.
According to the AP poll, which we looked at yesterday during lunch because we're all football fans, I mean, the AP poll doesn't matter because you're really basing it on the, CFB rankings, whatever
Yeah.
it's called now. But AP has Georgia falling to 10. Personally, I don't think it should be that high. I mean, they have no business there. But that's just me. I'm a realist fan as opposed to, oh, my team's the best. By gosh.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that either.
And I think according to the AP poll, Penn State's gonna move up. They should.
Yeah, it looks like they will, but they handle these teams that they should handle, but they can't win the big one. Like they were in that game, they weren't ever out of that game with Ohio State.
And they take that into account.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
I
they
mean,
did.
they do. I don't necessarily understand, and
Yeah, I don't
but
think anybody does.
I don't even think the committee understands what the committee does and how they do it. My personal opinion is they get a monkey drunk, feed him a bunch of canned chili. They have a list of the teams.
They have them throw darts.
No, he craps in his hands and throws the
Oh,
chili wherever
oh,
the beans land. That's who's
oh, that's
ranked.
disgusting.
Well, then that's just my personal theory on the
But
whole
on a better
concept.
note, I completed the challenge this week.
You did.
Yes.
Barely, huh?
Oh, I got four.
Huh. You're supposed to get six.
I could stretch it to six.
If I allow it. So go ahead, tell us your four that you're gonna
Well,
try to stretch to six.
well, don't we want to like each do a movie, or do you want me to just tell you now?
No, most of the times in this podcast, you go first because you're the pod boss, and we
No,
have
you
to
can
keep
go
your
first.
ego up and inflated as it is.
No, you know
You
what?
claim yourself to be the wise man, but
Wait,
yet you're all. And let me finish.
the wise man doesn't have to let you
Let me
finish.
finish. You claim to be a wise man, but yet, I mean, you do some stupid stuff. We all do stupid stuff, but I'm not going to claim to be the self-proclaimed wise man.
What I was going to say is since your teams both lost, I wanted to let you go first because I felt bad.
Oh, it's probably just the MS system, huh? I
No,
mean, like, did you eat some frozen burritos and got some
I can go for
squirts?
frozen burrito.
Some of them are okay. I prefer like the
Well, yeah, but I mean, if that's all you got,
no. I
oh,
mean, they're come from Walmart, but they're not frozen. You can get them in the deli. They're usually like around $2. I can't remember what they are, but there's a spicy beef and bean one and something else. They're pretty good. I
you
mean,
just
for
throw them
what
in the
they are.
microwave, right? I think Katie might
Yeah.
buy those actually.
They're
They are
fairly
very good.
long.
Yes, yep, they're very good. I
Yeah.
think.
I mean, excuse me. For basically fast food burrito,
Yeah,
they're really good. But you can go ahead since, you're the pod boss. I shall bow down to thy greatness, superiority, and overall effectiveness in your work to further produce our podcast and spread the knowledge to those out there who ill-informed, unintelligent, and in your words, stupid as bleep.
I've never said that.
No, because you wrote it for me to say.
Well,
But
the
go
first
ahead, sir.
movie I watched was Godzilla minus one, and it's kind of more of a serious take on Godzilla. Like there's no other monsters; it's just him attacking Japan, and it was very realistic. Like they played it straight. Like there wasn't any comedy in it or anything like that. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It's on Netflix. They're they have a lot of human stuff. Like they focus a lot on the characters, which in the American versions of Godzilla that kind of stumbles, but the Japanese get it right. Like you care about these characters.
And
You
it's
want
not just about Godzilla.
no. It's more of like a drama with like Godzilla in it. Like I you care what happens to these characters. You want everybody to survive, and it's a hell of a movie. It really is a hell of a movie. I really enjoyed it.
So, what would you rank it then?
I'll give it a 4.
A 4. Not bad. I mean, I'll never watch it. That's just not my thing. But
Yeah.
I also watched a movie that both of us had talked about watching, because we're doing the whole watch list.
Yep.
Ooh, we can call it watch giving.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Great
Yeah.
job. I love it.
In our watch giving episodes, I,
And we should do it every year.
oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yep.
Um, this movie, and you agreed, then disagreed, then agreed that this movie counts as two
It does.
because it's
Long as fuck.
3 hours long.
I need to ask you though before you say what you thought of it. Did it feel too long or did it fly by?
Both.
Oh, okay.
And I'll explain that.
Yeah.
I had to watch it like over 2 or 3 days because I'd start it and
Yep. I've
then,
done that with things.
somebody'd call or I'd have to go
Yeah.
somewhere but it started off really, I won't say slow,
Hmm.
but, and I could have missed something, and that's very likely. And that happens when you have to start and
Yes.
stop
Yep. Yep.
stuff.
It
So,
takes you out of the movie, kind of.
yes. Um, and I wasn't really sure what was going on, but once I finally figured out what was going on, the movie picked up. There's still some slow spots in it, but
I've
that's with any movie, especially of that length.
that length. Yeah. I've
Uh,
heard. I was talking to Katie's dad about it, and he said it's confusing because it slips back and forth through time a lot.
yeah, like flashbacks, and
Hmm.
I don't know. Well, he can see and said it was difficult.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
I wish, like and sometimes in audio description you get this, but more times than not you don't. That they would tell me this is a flashback.
Right. They don't all. Yeah. I wonder what
Um,
makes them. Some tell you and some don't. Like that'd be interesting to find out.
that would be really interesting. Ha- But back to the movie, how
Hmm.
once I figured out, like, oh yeah, this is happening. This is what led to that, and yada yada yada. I could have sat probably through another hour of the movie.
Ah.
Uh, I like westerns. It
Yep.
really. Have you ever seen the movie Lonesome Dove or read the
Yes.
book?
I've seen the movie.
it reminded me a lot of it, and I'm not saying this is a modern remake of Lonesome
Yeah.
Dove because to me that's one of the movies you don't
And I don't think
remake.
Kevin Costner, like, he loves, well, I don't think he would, like, set out to do that.
Right. But it reminded me a lot of that.
Hmm.
So I enjoyed it. I can't give it a five because of me not knowing until
Yeah.
I figured it out the whole flashback
Right. Right.
thing.
Right.
But the pacing was really good. I expect the slow spots in
In
movies.
a movie like that length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was really good. The plot was really good.
It's like
Um,
a family saga in a way, isn't it?
yeah. Uh, some of the characters I would have liked, and this is probably a visual thing as
Hmm.
well. I would have liked to have known a little bit more about them. But
Mm.
again, with audio description, you have a certain amount of time that you can
Yeah.
get information
Yeah.
across without messing up dialogue. But it's like some of them, it's like, I'm supposed to care about this person, but
I don't.
why? Why am I? Exactly. I don't, but why am I supposed to?
Yeah.
But again, I give it a four because I
Okay.
could have watched
Will
more
you
of
watch
it.
part two if it's streaming
Yes,
somewhere? Okay.
yes, most definitely. I like westerns, but I didn't like Gunsmoke. I didn't like oh, I can't think of that other
See, I
western.
didn't mind. I mean,
I
it's
didn't
not the
hate
greatest, but I
Gunsmoke.
don't mind it.
I mean, but mom and daddy wanted to watch it, and it's like that's what
Like,
they
I could
watched.
watch an episode here or there, but like, if you could binge Gunsmoke, I don't think I would.
I couldn't.
The one I liked was The Rifleman.
I never really got into it either.
Okay. It's
Uh,
kind of, yeah,
I only really started liking westerns. I won't say recently,
I
but
did when I got older.
yeah, when I got older, I really started to enjoy them because
Yeah.
it's there is what is that? It's a movie, but it's also a book. Virgil Cole, I think it's called Appaloosa. Um,
I've seen that, but I don't remember what. I know I watched it.
but the movie was pretty good. The books are a lot better, except for he writes, Virgil said, I said, Virgil
That
said,
annoys me.
I.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah, and it annoys me too because it takes away from listening to the book because
It's
you're
very
getting.
annoying in an audiobook. It's like, oh.
Yeah. But all in all, I mean, the books are good. I think I've read all of them. I'm not sure because I've never really looked up to see how many they are in the series.
So I know that I haven't done very well with my recommendations of things for you to watch,
Yeah, practically you suck as much as the Cowboys
but
and
I think I can
Bulldogs.
redeem myself. Will you take, if you haven't seen it, will you take a Western recommendation from me?
Probably not due to your record, but you can go ahead and mention
Watch
it.
the movie Open Range.
That's not no, I'm thinking of Quigley Down Under, I think
How was
with
that? I've always been curious about that.
I think that's the one with Tom Selleck in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
I
Tom
remember
Berenger,
really
is it?
liking it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I could see at the time because I was I was a lot younger,
Mm.
but I liked it. Open Range. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know why. But
Alexa,
anyway,
who stars in Open Range?
uh, she probably won't know. She's a turd.
Alexa, stop. I thought so. Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner.
I mean, I'll look it up,
It's
but it,
very good.
but my whole Western and stuff like that is I don't. It's not that I'm fickle, but you've really got to grab my attention. Like
Hmm.
people love the series Yellowstone.
I've
Uh,
heard the first season sucks
oh
because I
well,
can't
and
get into the first season.
that's why I won't watch the rest of them because I watched like probably one full episode, and I'm like,
I hear it picks up, but I don't want to waste time getting to that point.
exactly. I won't waste time.
If I could see a recap of season one somewhere, which I probably could find, but
Oh, yeah, there's one out there. It's somebody flushing the toilet. That's recap season one. It sucked.
You are very contrarian today, sir.
I am tired, sir.
I understand. You always said you love doing the podcast when I'm tired. It's kind of entertaining when you're tired too.
It is. It is.
What's
But
your favorite Western? I mean, we're going off on
Lonesome
a
Dove.
tangent, but
Well, probably Tombstone all in all.
yeah, it's
Because
good.
I mean, like with the movie Twister or Ghostbuster or the first two Turtle movies and Tommy Boy, I can watch those anytime.
Hmm.
You know, I can watch Tombstone anytime. Lonesome Dove, you got to dedicate some time
Yes.
to watch it. But yeah, it had to be Tombstone for me. Um,
For me, for well, we'll go old school first. I can't think of the name of it, but it's John Wayne, and they're like holed up in this jail. That's all I remember. Is it El Dorado, maybe?
strangely enough, I haven't watched a whole lot of
Oh, I fucking love John Wayne
oh,
movies.
I do too. I just haven't watched a lot of them, and
And
those that I have, I don't know the titles to.
modern for me is Tombstone, but I'll give something different. I love the 1993 remake of Last of the Mohicans.
That was pretty good.
We should do that sometime.
It wasn't. Oh, I can't
We should have
remember
a
who.
Western month someday.
We could. I do have some ideas. What was that? Dances with Wolves?
I've never, I've actually never seen that.
Think I've seen that one.
I hear it's good, but
It sounds familiar in my head anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. So what's the next thing you watch as I am winning by a score of 2-1?
the next thing I watched is Thanksgiving. It is a movie I watch every year. Um, it is about a killer turkey. It is as the acting's bad. It's not good, but it's as politically incorrect as you can get, and I love every freaking solitary single minute of it.
Is it like horror? Is it
It's a
comedy?
horror comedy.
Like a kind of like a spoof or a parody kind of
No,
thing?
it's just a comedy. Um, to give you a taste of like what happens, there's this part where this woman's having sex with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend gets killed, and the turkey steps in for the boyfriend and says, "You've just been stuffed."
As he puts his pecker in
Yes.
her. Oh, that is hilarious.
And the tagline for the movie is "Gobble gobble, motherfucker."
I may have to check this out because
It's
it
only an hour and 6 minutes, so if you hate it,
sounds like something I'd like though.
it's on Tubi.
I probably will check that out today. I don't know. I'm really caught up in this podcast. And
That
speaking
true
of
crime
that,
one.
yeah, before I forget, here's some ideas for the podcast. We should have a podcast month where we talk about the podcast that we listen
That would
to
be cool.
and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Um, but for me, this week or this past week, I watched. I didn't hardly read anything.
Which
Um,
is rare.
very, very rare for me. I I think I read maybe 10 minutes, and I'm not counting like the normal stuff that I do every day where I'm, like listening to the Bible
Right.
or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. For my own casual reading, 5 minutes maybe.
Hmm.
And it's like, and I know I've really wanted to read this book since, I found out it was coming out, but it's like, I just can't get into it. I wanna
Are you
watch
looking forward
this.
to like getting back into reading this week or
I don't really know. I really want to finish this Tara Grimstead
how many episodes is
podcast.
it?
I haven't looked because
Um,
Clint said, don't look up anything about it. And I'm like,
I recognize the name, but I don't remember why.
I can't remember how far Asilla is from here. Roughly about an hour, hour and a half. And I don't get into true crime stuff, but I
Mm,
do like to listen to stuff that's from places like near me that
yeah,
and I just find that kind of stuff interesting. But it's like I want to finish this. I have to know.
right.
Um, but I did a lot of that, and I mean, if you want to count that too, you can. But there's like tons of 30-minute episodes there. And for us, it is watching the podcast because we watch movies with our ears too. But the other, I watched a bunch of other stuff. I, this show, the incredibly made up misadventures or
Of
whatever
Dick
of
Turpin.
Dick Turpin. I asked my smart device how many episodes they are, and it said 31. And I'm on episode like 5 or 6. If there had been 10 episodes, I would have finished it to say that I could
Yeah.
finish
See,
it.
I asked mine and it said there were six.
Either way, it's not worth me going back to
Yeah.
finish it.
Right. Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how many there were. They could have
Yeah.
been no more. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not good enough to watch. Parts of it were okay. Parts of it made me chuckle, but there was more WTF moments than there were, oh, that's pretty daggone funny. So all in all, I'll give the whole series, and I did give it, attention, so
Mhm.
I have no problem saying this. I'd probably give it a 2. If I have nothing else to watch, I'll go back and finish it.
Does it feel like it was getting close to wrapping up too, or not?
To be
Or is there
honest, my
not like an
dude,
overall plot?
to be honest, I couldn't tell you what has happened and how much left they could do with it.
Okay.
It's because I was left with more WTF moments than I was. Oh, that's pretty cool. I gotta find out what going on. Can't remember the one that. What's that big wig's name? That's a DM does Critical Role
Oh,
stuff. Matt something, I think.
oh, fuck, I can't think of it. Matthew Mercer.
Yeah, because he and his group did that. Vox Machina.
I want to watch that. I haven't
The
watched that
first
yet.
season was really good. I want to watch it more
Yeah.
now. But all in all, a 2 for Dick Turbin. What about you? What's the next
I
thing you
watched
watch?
Black Friday, which is a horror comedy about Black Friday, obviously. There's a store, and I don't know how it happens, but this one person gets infected with like this alien parasite, and it turns people into monsters. Well, all the shoppers in the store end up becoming monsters. So it's about like the people that work in the store have to survive. I laughed so damn hard over some of the humor in this movie. Like there's one part where there's an older lady. She sounds like she's like 80. I don't know if she really is, but the one girl, um, she's she's talking about the main guy, and she's like, "Oh, you mean your man?" She goes, "He's not my man. We're not dating." She goes, "Oh, so you're just casual fuck partners then?" And it's just funny because she sounds so old, and you would not expect her to say it. It was like, and then she's like, "They're like, we need to separate the shoppers," and she's like, "When I started working, we separated the shoppers by color."
I
It's hysterical.
have, yeah, you talking about like the segregation.
Yeah.
I do have a funny story about segregation.
Well.
Um, Mama was in school during that whole time,
Oh, okay.
and there was this guy there whose name will be changed to protect his identity. Let's just say his name is Mitchell Ryan. Let's just
Okay.
say that. And he was somewhat of a bigger kid, a bit of a bully to Mama. Messing with her, talking about her,
Uh-huh.
well, whatever. Well, she had finally had enough, and she went up. that was back when you went up to the board and sharpened your pencil.
Uh-huh.
I know you never had to do that, but you know,
No, but I knew kids did
yeah.
when we were in school.
Um, and he like messed with her hair or something. Well, she turned around and pushed him, and he fell into a trash can and got stuck and couldn't get up.
That's actually fucking fun.
He
That's
couldn't
funny
get
as shit.
out of it.
That's
And Mama
awesome.
finished sharpening her pencil and went back to the desk and sat down. And then the teacher came in and saw Mitch like wiggling his legs trying to get out of the trash can.
That is funny as hell.
Um, And I mean, this guy turned out to be a pretty good guy,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he, tragically lost his life. He did a lot for like Pee Wee football and things like
Um,
that.
so he grew
Um,
up.
yeah, and unless I am mistaken, I think his son got killed or died in one of the practices.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How did he die?
I think this was the kid. I'm not 100%. He
No,
would
I mean
all.
the
Oh, he was a bigger guy. I mean, he
oh,
got to
okay.
be. He had to do one of those
Oh,
little motor scooters. He
oh,
pulled an
okay, okay.
Allen. He pulled an Allen. Except he actually needed it. Needed it. Um, but I want to think his son used to fake
You
like
just
having,
burned Alan.
yeah, with a cigarette lighter. But he would fake like having asthma attacks and stuff like that because it was
Oh,
hot and he didn't want to practice.
fuck him. Well, no, I
Well,
should say he died. I'm sorry.
he started doing this, and
Oh
everybody
no.
else thought he was kidding, and he was being dead. So
That's so
he was
awful.
having like an attack, and everybody else thought he was kidding. So it's the whole thing of
Boy who cried
crying
wolf.
wolf. Yeah, but I mean, and I'm not being harsh when I say this. Hey, it is what it is. He kind of brought it on himself.
It's gonna bite you in the ass if you keep doing that, and then you really have a problem.
Right. Um, but again, it is what it is.
That's tragic, though.
It is very much
I
so.
mean, regardless of what happened and why, like the fact that he lost, that's tragic for everybody involved.
And
Because those players are probably haunted too now.
they probably were.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was him, 100%. But I know it happened to a kid at Cook High. But speaking of tragedy, there's this movie called Little Dead Riding Hood.
Yeah, I looked at that and I'm like,
It it sounds good from I actually read the synopsis or summary or whatever,
yeah,
and
no, you're right.
I'm like, ooh, this
Isn't it
sounds
sad how they make them sound good?
ah. And then I started playing it or watching it. I'm like, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. This sucks.
Mm, it was a quick change then. Like you're like, oh, this isn't bad. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean it took like a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'm like, I'm this far into it. I've got to watch so many movies. I'm gonna give this one a shot. Dear God, will this movie ever end? I can tell you it was about wolves.
Yeah, the woman had to like defend their town from wolves or something, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what
Were they
else.
just regular wolves or were they werewolves?
No, they were like werewolves,
Hmm.
and I can only tell you that's what the movie's about from the summary. I still don't know how the movie ended because it's to the point that I wasn't caring,
Uh,
and I'm like, I have no idea. I have
yeah.
none. So this one is not Demon Wind bad, but I will give it a one. And that's where you step in with your movie.
I know, I'm thinking of what I want to go with.
This could be a while.
We watched Katie and I watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the other day. And yes, that is an hour, so I think that counts.
No, see, I thought we had agreed it had to be like an hour, hour and a half.
Well, I can okay, we watched Rudolph Frosty and
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
no, that was me. I was gonna add that. I was
Ah,
my Thanksgiving ones were gonna be separate because I watched a few.
ah.
Um,
Why wasn't it called I'm gonna stuff your turkey or stuff my turkey, Charlie Brown?
Stuff my turkey, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, go ahead.
I enjoy Rudolph. I watch it every year, but I get pissed every time because I'm like, they're all assholes to him. Santa Claus is a cock. His own father's a dick. Like they come around in the end, but they needed to be punished for that shit.
Yeah, like hitting the reindeer balls.
The only one that's nice to him is Clarice, the girl, like that he meets.
Yeah,
Well,
and
and the elf, and
I was gonna say, what about the elf? I can't
I mean,
remember his
like the only
name.
deer that's nice that was nice to him the whole time was her.
Yeah, I do love watching that every year, and I haven't yet. But I love, oh, I think his name is Sam.
Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, Yukon
I love him
Cornelius.
too,
Uh, mm, there's gold in them hills because he's
and I
like,
love the Bumble.
yeah, I might watch that this week.
I usually don't watch it this early, but Katie put it on. So watch it. I'm not a big fan of. It's okay, but I'm not a big fan of Frosty.
I
Like,
personally watched it as a kid, but I don't watch
yeah,
it
I
anymore.
liked it as a kid, but I don't.
Nah, I hated it as a kid
Why'd you watch it?
because it was a Christmas special. Mama
Oh,
wanted to watch it,
okay.
but so
It's
we can go with the ratings are really high.
Rudolph is 5.
Yeah, Frosty,
Frosty is 3. I'm only saying because it's Christmas. I
right?
like the song Frosty. I just don't like that's my ringtone right now. I don't
Oh,
I don't really know what I don't like about the special. I just don't like
I
it anymore.
I wonder if in the second one they go. Humpity hump hump, humpity hump hump, look at Frosty go. Humpity hump hump,
You just
humpity hump
ruined
hump.
Frosty.
He's going with that hoe. 'Cause you know he has kids in the second one.
Yep.
I wonder if like how he uses his
How
carrot.
did he have kids?
Well, he used his coxicle and made babies.
I wonder if when he shoots the baby juice, if he says "Happy Birthday."
That or a weather report comes on. There has been a sudden blizzard activity. And you hear Frosty going, ah.
I can't believe we fucking ruined Frosty. Oh, and I have
Oh,
another one to throw in. Actually, I forgot we watched this. Year Without a Santa. When I was a kid, I have two actually. When I was a kid, I didn't like that, but I love it now. It's weird how that happens. That's the
yeah.
one with like Heat Miser and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I give that a 5. And we watched Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I'll give that a 4. I like it, but it's not like Katie loves it, but I just kind of like it. It's like the story of how Santa Claus becomes Santa Claus. If you haven't seen it,
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's been a long
yeah, it's not one
time.
of she like. I mean, I don't mind if it's on, but like
Yeah,
Year Without a Santa, I have to watch every year. Rudolph, I have to watch every year.
and you'll
That
never watch Frosty the same again.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind if I ever watch Frosty again. There's just some. The only thing I like is I like the monkey that was in the hat or the rabbit that was in the hat.
I see. I like the magician because he was like dedicated to his craft.
But he's an
I'm,
ass.
and what's your point?
He's the villain of the show, of the movie show.
Well, that's why he's pretty much the only reason I watch it. Because he's going to get that snowball. He's going to melt Frosty's snowballs.
But I like it at the end when Santa's like, "You have to go write this a million times, and I might think of putting something in your stocking." He's like, "No more. It's not magic balls, but no more magic balls."
Ooh, Santa wanting to Was it a female? 'Cause, hey, Miss Claus ain't got to know, but I'll stuff your
No,
stocking.
I was just trying to. Magic Balls was probably bad
Uh,
example.
do you remember? I think it was a couple years ago. Whenever you ran a Christmas one
Yes,
shot.
yes. How it got totally turned into something I did not expect. That was all Danielle's fault.
And Maxine's.
Yeah,
Santa was a hoe. Mrs. Santa was a hoe.
I think Danielle just wanted to be.
There were panties involved.
She seduced Santa Claus.
Yeah, it was
I had a
hilarious.
blast with that, but I could never release it. I wish I didn't tell you to stop the recording though, because I would like to go back and listen to it.
But I did as ordered.
Oh, I
Your
know.
your first podball statement or declaration.
It's just I knew we couldn't release it on Knights of the Braille.
Jim didn't care,
He'd have
but
probably laughed at it actually.
oh, he would have. It probably would have been the most popular episode.
Since the tip.
uh, but what else did I watch? I watched, a few episodes of Tales from the Crypt, and that's just a good,
Yes.
to me, funny show with some morality thrown in.
hmm Everybody that everybody gets what they deserve in that show.
Yes. And I also watched,
Did you finish The Monkey or was that last week?
yeah, that's right. I did finish Bad Monkey. That's what else I watched. Oh man, that show I
Yeah, give that a
enjoyed it.
shot. Yeah.
It's funny. I wish it would have ended differently, but still, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Um, I definitely give that show probably a 4.5. I'll watch it again. I binged it, so it's definitely worth watching again because I don't normally binge a whole lot.
Have you watched
But
Twisted Metal lately?
no, but it's funny you bring that up because I was thinking about that last night. Like,
Oh,
I kind of need to watch Twisted Metal again.
that
So
was
I might do that too. I mean, I won't count it, because it's not on my wish list. But
yeah, but you still watch to me you still watched it, so you can count it.
yeah, but I'm going strictly by what's on
Oh, okay.
like my watch list. And like me and you talked about, say for instance, a Christmas Vacation is not on my watch list, on my digital one, but it is something that I watch every holiday
So it's
season.
technically on your watch list.
Right. Exactly. So I and you agreed we count
Mhm.
that.
Another
Um,
one that I didn't watch, but I'm adding to my like I want to watch it every Christmas, like Christmas Vacation is Violent Night.
that was good.
Yeah,
And there's one out there, Silent Night, and I think there's four or five of them. I plan on watching those as
I love the
well.
first one.
Uh, but I'm trying to think. I know I told you I watched something else.
You did, but I can't. Oh, did you watch any more of that thing about was it King Tut's tomb?
I got to looking at that, and I deleted it off my watch list
Oh, okay.
because it wasn't a documentary like I thought it was. It was like a TV series,
Oh,
and
oh, okay.
if it had been a documentary, I would have watched it.
Yeah.
Um, but remember me saying that I really
Mhm.
wasn't paying attention to the first
Yep.
episode.
Yeah.
When I went and looked back, it's like, no, this does not actually interest me at all. God, I swear there was. Oh yeah, Wolfpack. With
Did
Sarah
you watch all
Michelle.
of that or just part of it?
I watched it all.
Oh, did you? Oh,
I
okay.
did. Um, I really just watched it for her. She was like a fire marshal inspector.
Does she have like a big part in it?
She's not the main part.
Yeah.
She's like maybe this will make sense, like a revolving main character,
Okay.
but a side character at the same
Yeah.
time.
hmm
And the concept of the show was really good.
Hmm.
I see now why there will not be a season two, though.
Okay.
Um, it was good, but I was left like trying to figure out certain things, and it did have audio description, so that had nothing to do with it.
Mm.
But the overall like plot and all I got, but I didn't get at the same time. It's like I got part of it and understood part of it, but at the same time, I didn't understand some of the stuff. Probably what like I needed
Yeah.
to help the show, follow.
Hmm.
Um, like I told you, I probably wouldn't waste my time watching it because I know you
Yeah, I'm
said
not
that
gonna.
you wanted
I was
to
interested,
watch
but I'm
it.
not gonna bother.
I I won't ever watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I did watch it.
So now you know.
Yeah, so now I know,
Um,
but at the same time, it's like I kind of feel like I wasted my time, except for the parts where Sarah Michelle Gellar was, involved.
Does she die in the series?
I can't tell you.
But I'm not gonna watch it.
I no, I mean I'd tell you if I could.
Oh, 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 I see. Okay, okay,
I
okay.
don't
I
know.
understand.
I mean, by this point, I'm like, how much is left? Oh, there's two
Yeah.
episodes. Oh God, there's still 1.5 episodes. Jeez, Jesus Christ, there's
Oh
still a
God, there's
whole
still one
episode.
episode. Jaden, you sure
Yeah.
you don't have to go out?
So and then I'm like, at this point in time, I'm not paying a whole lot of attention because I just
Yeah.
want it to
Did you
be
start playing
over.
on your phone? That's what I would do.
Yes and no. I'd leave it playing if a certain someone needed to visit nature.
Mm,
I can't say exactly because
yeah.
she will go crazy.
Where is our certain someone?
Uh, laying on the couch, I believe. That's the last place I heard her shake her
Oh,
head. Um, but that's what I watched this week. I'm gonna, and next week I'm gonna try to finish up some podcasts as well because to me that's watching stuff too. And these podcasts are not like 10 minutes; they're anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, hour and a half. So I'm counting them, and I think I'm going to focus on podcasts and catching up on those as well because they can get kind of out of hand
yeah.
if you don't,
Getting
and
behind on a podcast is a pain in the ass.
well, and I'm behind on the Undertaker's podcast.
His are longer, right? I think.
Yeah, they usually come out in two parts, but there's getting to be some that I really want to get to, like Kane's out there. Midian comes back. Uh, Mark Canterbury, Henry O'Godwin
Mhm.
comes. Then the Godwins are there together. There's a,
That'd be interesting.
well, they were part of the God, not
Ministry.
VTK.
Ministry.
No, no, no. Well, they were, but that's not the Bone Street Crew because they, played dominoes. Um,
What
and
is
let's
his podcast called? I need to get it. I don't think I'm subscribed.
6 feet under.
Okay. Is it the
Uh,
number six or the word six?
I think it's SIX.
Okay.
Kind of like sex, but
Yes.
with the E. Um, you need to put the I in there. But he also has Donald Trump on there.
Yeah, that's what Alan told me.
So I want to catch up on these. I need to catch up on I Hate Your Face. And there's, like I said, there's a lot that I need to catch up on because I was working on, the wrestling book. And I
Yeah.
mean, as you know, because I pretty much go radio silent,
Hmm.
excuse me, after first thing in the morning, I'd work about 8 hours or so a day on it. Um, and I'm very proud of it,
Hmm.
so and that helped me get like really far behind. So I'm gonna catch up on those. Anything that you plan on watching?
The last thing I want to talk about real quick is I watched Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I watched Garfield's Thanksgiving.
I didn't watch that one, but I did watch Charlie Brown's.
I I was never a Garfield fan when I was a kid, and I don't know. I was more into like action shows, like Turtles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love I love the holiday specials. I love the Halloween one. I watched it for the first time this year, and the it's on Apple TV. Or no, is it Apple? No, it's not Apple.
I
Where
thought
was
you
it?
told me like Paramount or
That's right. It was
Peacock.
Peacock. It was Peacock. I
Peacock. Go ahead.
this special is hysterical. I mean, it's funny. Like I would recommend it. I'd give it a
Yeah.
4. I give Charlie Brown a 4.
All right. So
Thank you for answering my question about Peppermint Patty, though. I didn't know she was like she was a tomboy.
oh yeah. I love this episode. It had been a while since I had watched it,
It's
and
fine.
I sent you the link because I knew
Hmm.
you liked the Charlie Brown stuff
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
And I mean, Charlie Brown's just awesome. The
Hmm.
Thanksgiving feast of the jelly beans, the pretzels,
I saw someone on Facebook that says they recreate that feast every year.
nostalgic,
Yep.
nostalgic nerd or something like that. Because it's weird. I saw that post and then I went to Apple TV because I was at a orthodontist appointment, not for me, but for somebody else. And I was sitting out there and saw that post. And then I went to Apple TV, and of course, what's the first thing that pops up? Because I did like the post from Nostalgic Nerd or whatever it is. And the first thing that pops up whenever I open up Apple TV,
Was
Charlie
that?
Brown Thanksgiving.
Ah,
I'm like, yeah, you know they listen.
you're meant to watch it. Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just awesome. Peppermint Patty invites herself to Thanksgiving.
She invites
Yeah,
everybody else
Chuck.
too.
Yeah, Chuck. Let's do it, Chuck. Let's, Chuck. So let me ruin a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna take advantage of you, Chuck.
Yes. Chuck, if you don't come over here, I'm not gonna let you kick my balls again, Chuck. I mean, it's like Peppermint Patty is the first transgender.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah, it's like the first Caitlyn Jenner. Except Peppermint Patty's gonna be turned into a man. And I can't help but picture like two footballs hanging from her crotch, like,
Oh
"Hey
God.
Chuck, look at here, Chuck. Come stuff my turkey, Chuck."
If he was older, if she was older, she'd sound like an old truck driver.
Yeah, she would. I mean, but I mean, still, it's wholesome. It's
Yeah.
fun. I enjoy it. But I don't know. The older I get, I guess I'm just a dirty old man, and you know how our sense of humor is. All I kept thinking was, you know, Peppermint Patty saying, "I want to stuff your turkey, Chuck."
Give me your pretzel stick, Chuck.
Yeah, I know you got little jelly beans over there and a small pretzel stick, Chuck, but I need you to stuff my turkey.
I think Lucy wants him to fuck her too.
I think there's lots of dirty, dirty whores out there,
Yeah.
but that could just be my personality.
As you would ask me what I'm gonna, I don't really know what I'm gonna watch. Oh shit! I forgot my last movie.
Okay.
It's on Apple TV. It's called Wolves,
Woofs.
and yeah, like not wolves.
Woofs.
Yeah, WOLFS.
Woofs.
It's about these two men that are like fix-it men, like they make problems go away. Well, they both get called to the same issue, and they have to team up, and they work alone. It's Brad Pitt and George Clooney. It is probably the best movie from this year that I've seen. Full 5 stars. Loved every. It was hysterical. Just them working together is funny because they're like, "Fuck you, no, fuck you."
I gotcha.
I would recommend it. It was good.
I have to check it out then. I mean,
Yeah, I really
it's
like it.
one that I wanted to watch, but I may try to watch it this week. But I'm really gonna try to get through these podcasts.
Yeah. I
And
kind of want to watch Napoleon, but I don't know if I will this week. That's on Apple TV.
you know, I'm gonna say that I'm definitely gonna watch this week. I'm gonna watch Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
I know I'm definitely gonna watch that because I'll watch it again at least one more time.
And I have a definite too. I'm gonna watch Dune Part Two.
You enjoy.
I will.
You enjoy. Is there anything else?
Do we have Arnold?
Yeah, you want me in your hand? There you go, Mr.
No, no.
Jesse.
Oh,
Oh, that feels good. Please rub back and forth. You can pump me up. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good.
Arnold, I'm not even touching
No. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, I'm going to meet all over you.
Dr. Tom. Help!
Hey, you done got into this one yourself. Well, Arnold kind of getting into you too, but yeah.
Arnold, my only question. I do have a question for you, Arnold. Though, did you watch any movies off your watch list this week?
Yeah, I did. I was the best movie ever.
What's that? Hercules in New York.
I did watch that movie, but that was for Halloween because it is a horror movie.
What is the best movie ever that you watched?
Terminator, Kindergarten Cop, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, Predator, Red Heat. Let's see, what other movie did I watch? Uh, put it,
Conan the Barbarian.
oh yeah, that is a good movie. Um, and I watched that movie, The Running Man. Although I didn't do much running, I was more like jogging because it's hard to move this muscular frame, as you well know, as you just jerk me off.
Arnold, I have a confession to make, and I hope you're not mad and you don't cry.
I do not care if you love me or not.
No, I've never watched Red Heat.
That is a good movie. You must watch it this week.
Okay, I
It is
will.
on uh audiovault dot net. Yeah.
I will watch it this week, Arnold.
That is good. You know what else you need to do?
I want to watch Alien Romulus, but it's not anywhere yet.
Yeah. But you know what else you need to do?
What do I need to do?
Tell him, Dr. Tom. You need to wash off your your hand, 'cause you got marshmallow cream all over it. So if it's not really marshmallow cream, it's Arnold cream.
All right, Richard, I'm out. I'm gonna go wash my hands.
And I also watched Frozen Empire, the Ghostbusters with audio description. I mean, it's a
Did it
good
change your
movie.
opinion of the movie?
Yes, I liked it even better.
Okay.
I mean, granted, there was still a lot of good stuff that happened because I went to the movies with somebody, but
Mm,
the actual movie, it's like, oh, so that's what happened there. Like, sweet. And it explained a lot more.
mm.
But if there's nothing else, then see you later, freaks.